Hello, everybody, and welcome aboard. It's another edition of The Morgan Show. Lamont, Germany, alongside Cayla, Sweazie, and as you can see, The Morgan Show on the move here at Hill Fieldhouse on the Morgan State University South Campus because basketball is about to jump off. But a lot of things are happening at Morgan State, including the football team getting their first win of the year. The Bears beat the Delaware State Hornets. It's been a difficult season for Morgan State football, but they kept fighting, kept battling, and they got the W over Delaware State. Exciting game. Went down to the last couple of plays of the game, and the Bears, Kayla, able to get it done on the football field.
Yes, the Bears are hoping to keep their momentum shifting into their game this Saturday against the University of Albany, hoping to gain their second win of the season. But like you said, we're here in Hill Fieldhouse where the men's Bears team, and they will be competing against the St. Mary's College of Maryland. The women's team will be on the West Coast competing against San Francisco University.
Whole lot of excitement, Kayla, about the basketball teams. Both the ladies and the gentlemen are expected to do well in 2021, 2022. And it all gets started this week, and we are going to cover it for you. We are going to do that right here on The Morgan Show.
Welcome back to The Morgan Show. I'm Tariq Turner, now joined by head basketball coach Kevin Broadus, whose team just defeated Penn State Greater Allegheny 126-71. How's it going, coach?
Good.
How would you assess the team's performance tonight?
C+. I mean, we got to get better. We were playing against a team that we outmanned, from top to bottom. And a team like that, we can't give up 70-something points, and expect to win a championship in the MEAC. So we got to correct some things on defensively, and we got to correct these turnovers we're having. So, when we go up against bigger and better opponents, we will fare better.
What are some things from the first two games you'd like to see translate when you guys do face better opponents?
I like to see our pressure. Hopefully we can pressure better opponents. We did it in the preseason when we had 2 scrimmages, and we hope it carry over when we play against George Mason on Sunday. We got to rebound better. We can't give a team 46 rebounds and we have 49. I mean, we got to do some things better. We got to tighten a few things up.
What did you think of Keith's performance tonight? I believe he had 27 points.
Yeah, and it was an efficient 27. I think he missed 1 shot from the field, and a lot of them were steals in our pressure. So he's a good talent. He just got to understand the system when we're playing half-court offense. He's going to be very good for us.
What are some things you did like from the team tonight?
I liked our pressure defense. We turned them over 40 times. At times we shared the ball. Our defense, I did not like. I did not like our defense. We shot a pretty good percentage from the field, so I was pleased with that. But there's room for growth in a lot of areas for us.
What are some things defensively that you didn't like? Was it rotations you guys threw?
I mean, they shot 40-something% from 3 the second half, and we can't give that to really good teams. They blow you out. You give up 40% from 3. And they were making shots, and that's what they do. And we got to understand when we're doing scouting report, these guys got to pay attention to detail.
Next on the schedule is George Mason. What are some challenges that they pose?
I mean, it's Atlantic 10 team. They're experienced. They got a lot of guys back and a lot of good new guys. So we got to be ready to play on the opponent's floor. We'll be on the road, and we got to play through adversity.
And last question: is there a timetable of returns for Malik 7th in the team?
From what I've told, Malik will be ready the next game, and 7 probably when we go to the West Coast.
Okay.
And Naseem is to be determined.
Got you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom, Coach.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Some super exciting news here on campus and in the Morgan State Athletic Department. The Bears football team got their first win of the season against the Delaware State Hornets. We're going to throw it to Tariq Turner and Coach Wheatley to see what it took for them to get their first win of the season.
Thank you, Kayla. I am now joined by head football coach Tyrone Wheatley, whose team earned a 20-14 win last Thursday night against Delaware State, improving the record to 1-8. How's it going, Coach?
Doing well, and you?
I'm doing well. What were some of the main reasons you guys won on Thursday night?
Well, just some of the things we've been talking about capitalizing on all year. Just at this point in time, guys really focused in, and we're able to just drown out a lot of the noise. Although national television was a big key to it, but that was one of the things that we actually drowned out and not really paid attention to, and just going out and playing football.
Were there any players on the offensive side of the ball that stood out to you?
Well, offensive line did a really good job of protecting Neil Boudreau all night. I would say they stood out. Jabril Peppers, going back to Michigan days. Jabril Johnson, you know what? He is your constant jackhammer. He runs hard. He gives you the in between the tackle runs, and pick up the tough yards. You know, he keeps the clock turning for us. And then, Alfonso Graham provided a little electric spark with the long run. And then, of course, how can you forget the opening drive touchdown by Thomas Martins?
The defense held them to 14 points. How would you assess their performance?
As usual, our defense are really, really good. If you can keep them off the field and they don't play a lot of plays, they will give you the defense that you need. We did a great job of holding the quarterback. He's been passing the ball. We held him under 150 yards. We held him under 120 yards rushing, so we did a great job in that aspect.
What are some things you still like to see the team improve upon?
Well, one of the things is we still getting a little antsy and trying to jump outside of the cradle of our offense and the cradle of our defense, meaning, Neil, a few times when we had him really protected, he tried to flush himself out the pocket. And given case in point on the last interception, there was no need for him to flush out the pocket, but he was trying to make a play. We always say the best play is the next play, and you got to give us an opportunity to play that next play, and he did. Javion Morton, thank goodness the receiver had the drops. He's for Delaware State, but he was back there peeking, trying to make a play. The running back kept doing a great job of bouncing it outside, so Javion thought he could just go out there and make a tackle, but they hit us with a great play-action pass. So one of the things we just want to continue to work on, see a little, see a lot, meaning see what you're supposed to see, and when you narrow your focus and just focus in on that, you do your job.
How do you make sure your team doesn't get complacent after the win last Thursday?
Well, hell, you only won one game, so there is no complacency, right? And this is where you have to teach them, even when you do win, right? And I think a little bit of that happened to Delaware State. So when you start rifling off win after win after win, there shouldn't be no complacency. I'm going to ride these guys hard. I'm going to coach them hard, going to continue to coach them hard. So there will be no complacency that jumps in. There's no complacency only happens either in two ways, when you win the championship or when you graduate. That's it.
Next up on the list is University of Albany this weekend. What are some keys to beating them?
Well, when we look at Albany, you're kind of looking at yourself in the mirror. They received their first win last week. They're going to be a ground and pound, ground control game. Running back Mofo, I think, ran the ball 45 times for 230-some yards. I'm hoping he's feeling that wear and tear on him last week. But the keys to that game is keeping their defense on the field, meaning keeping their offense off. So we have to do a great job of putting drives together, more than 10 to 15 play drives, and also keeping their offense off the field. So it's no different game plan, but this team, we're pretty similar in matchups.
Thank you for the time, Coach.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more in The Morgan Show.
I'm Lamont, she's Kayla. We welcome you back to the Morgan Show, and boy, it was fun getting that season started right here on this floor. Morgan State University basketball team got jump started. Ladies out on the West Coast also got their season started, and it really does look like it's going to be a promising season on both the men and the women's front. Just got their toe wet with a couple of games this week, and there should be some exciting things for Morgan basketball on the men's and the ladies' front. And a lot of the excitement is going to happen right here, Kayla, at Hill Fieldhouse on the Morgan State campus.
Yes, and like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, the football team will be in New York playing the University of Albany, looking for their second win of the season. Best of luck to the men's football team, and volleyball will be competing in 2 weeks, November 19th in Washington, D.C. at Howard for the MEAC championship in the MEAC tournament.
And if you want the story on how Morgan's volleyball, football team, basketball teams are doing, you need to come visit us right here on the Morgan Show. We'll chronicle what's happening in Morgan athletics, a busy time of the year as a variety of sports are merging, and we'll keep you informed right here on the Morgan Show. For Kayla Sweazie, my name is Lamont Germany. We are the Morgan Show.